Hello, everybody. Welcome to the DSA Presents the Detroit Sports Alliance Roundtable. This is where we talk about Lions Talk, and this is the home for your Lions Talk. And I want to welcome to the show today, Luke G. How you doing, Luke?
Hey, so Luke, man, listen, if you here, get your popcorn ready. Okay?
Ooh.
Get your popcorn ready. We finna have some fun. We gonna talk all facts, none of that other stuff. No emotions, none of that other stuff. Facts and football. Let's get it.
Let's get it. What's good, JMO?
What's good, man? I'm gonna just say, you know what? Today is a special day, man, because it's Free Smoke. It's Free Smoke Thursday today, man.
All right.
So I'm ready for everything, man. What's up to everybody in the chat?
What's up, everybody? What's up, Real?
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Excited to be here. Like everybody's saying, talking Lions. Just love that passionate Lions talk. We're all real Detroit Lions fans here.
That's the truth. What's up, Tim?
Hey, not much, but it's great to be here talking facts, analyzing the Lions with the DSA.
That's what we do. That's what we do. All right, JMO, we don't have many people in the chat. We're going to go with roll call in a little while. If we're going to wait for some people to come in, and then we're going to hit our first question. If you want to do roll call right now, that's fine. Let's just do that. Get that out of the way for right now, and then we'll go.
Well, for the early bird gets the worm type fellas.
Yes.
We got DMAP Zoom in the building. We got OMG as Lions Talk in the building. Was good. We got Detroit's own Big Will in the building. Motown Football in the building. What up, though? We got James Holyfield in the building. Make sure you like the video as y'all come in, y'all. We got Kool-Aid and Cornbread in the building.
Hey, what's up, guys? What's up, guys? What's up? Awesome. Okay. All right. We're going to start it out. Mike Daniels recently did an interview where he reportedly made statements about his playing time and noted that when he was on the field, he performed. Is this a shot at Matt Patricia and the Lions staff? What do you guys think? We're going to start out with you, JMO.
I think he's trying to defend his play and his stint with the Lions. It wasn't really that good. So he's trying to be like, well, I only played so much and I didn't get enough opportunity. We went 3-13. So let me just say they weren't that good because, honestly, they weren't. So it's not like he's lying. And I don't think he's personally taking the shot, but it's like he's taking the shot and also being honest. Like, look, they wasn't playing me enough, or at least that's how he feels. He feels that he wasn't being played enough, but you were injured a lot. I thought when he actually played, he was good. And I don't really know. The thing is, the Lions never tell us about the injuries. So I don't really know every single time he was healthy enough to play and just didn't play. Because we really don't know because we might assume that he's hurt. So maybe that's their fault too. But I would say that he is blaming Patricia a bit, but I think he's just trying to defend himself. Like, I'm still a good player. I'm not washed.
Yeah, I agree with you in a way there. I'm going to save my comment for a little bit, though. Luke G., what do you think?
To me, okay, let me be clear. Let me slow this down because I know y'all don't like to believe I say good things about the good old head coach, but I don't think. In fact, for one, I know that this is not a shot at Matt Patricia. It's just not. It's not even close to a shot at Matt Patricia. What it is to me is a guy making an excuse for his injury. He did talk about the fact that he got put on IR for an arm injury that he was like, I could have played with. I've played with worse. But his argument was basically saying that when he was on the field, he performed. Good. We good with that. What it don't say is what was the level of performance? Because to me, you was hurt more than you was available. And if you're saying that you wasn't available because of the Patricia, then I would expect that a person like Mike Daniels wouldn't shy away from saying that. I think he was just trying to, promote himself to say, hey, if it like my production was down, I didn't have control over my playing time. So he's basically marketing himself to other teams, not taking a shot at Patricia.
Okay, that's fair. Tim, what do you think?
Okay, I think it's maybe a little bit of a shot, but because when he was brought in, he was, to certify that that offensive line or defensive line. Sorry, but then you had Snacks Everson, which was basically, and Trey Followers, and they were both playing hurt too. And, they showed up, they stayed in that game. And I think maybe he felt that it was a backup role to them. So I think it could have been a shot.
Okay. I didn't even think of that in terms of it being a backup role for them. But okay. All right. You got me thinking.
Mm-hmm. All right, Real. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I personally don't think it was a shot. I think, like Luke and J-Mo were saying, I think that he's, just trying to get a job, He's trying to stay in this league. We've seen a lot of players do it, and I think he's trying to do it in the most, diplomatic way, because he has said so many positive things about the Lions, and even in the same breath, he's saying he didn't get enough playing time, but he was saying how great the locker room was. He really is not a guy that has thrown any shots so far. I don't think he's doing that at all. I personally think he's just trying to get a job somewhere.
Yeah. Okay. And my take on it was, I'm not so sure it wasn't just a little bit of a shot, just because of the fact that, I don't control my playing time, was what he said. So I don't know. I think he was a little bit like he couldn't showcase his skills when he was out there as much. And my response to that was basically, hey, you have to be available to showcase your skills. So, in some ways, I think he hurt himself. But you know what I'm saying? But I think it was a little bit of a shot. I don't think it was a major shot, but I do think it was a little bit. So
yeah,
that's fair.
Yeah, and I think when you look at it from his standpoint, and that was a little bit of a Matt Patricia thing, but you get it. When you look at it from his standpoint, I think if you're trying to sell people that, hey, go and look at Pro Football Reference, they'll explain to you that my snaps went up and down. If he would have went more in detail and he said, oh, look at my numbers, I was taking this many snaps and they had me doing this many snaps, how am I supposed to be able to succeed in that? That's not on me, that's on the coach. Then I'd be like, oh, clear shot. But he said so many good things in there about the Lions, about the locker room, about the idea of coming back and all the different things, and how he wouldn't mind playing for the Packers, even though at this point, when you're a free agent, you're going to say everything good that's going to get that check. Mm-hmm. But I didn't get that feel that he was taking a shot at Matt Patricia, because to me, if he was, this would have been the time where you'd have heard me defending Patricia, saying, hold up, you can't be unavailable and mad when you are available and I'm not available for you. Yeah. So he did it right. He stayed neutral, and that's a good thing. But I can see what you're saying though, Jim.
Okay, we're going to get into a second question. I think we answered the question, this next one. So I'm going to go on to the next. How can the Lions get off to a fast start this year? J-Mo, I'm going to start with you because you have some confidence in this team this year.
I won't call it confidence, but
no, that's confidence. It's confidence. Don't lie.
I'm expecting the norm. I'm expecting the norm. I'm not saying we about to be 12-4. I'm expecting the norm for this team right now, and that's the norm. I would say that you have to come establishing running the football. And this is a team that if we can run on Chicago Bears, we'll probably be able to run on anybody. So this is a team that you want to come out against. The first thing you want to do, I want the ball first, and I want to run the ball down their throat. I don't want Stafford throwing one pass on the drive unless it's a touchdown. I want all runs. Now, it's not going to work out that pretty because it never does. But I would say you got to come out and establish running the football in that first game. Win that first game, and when you go on the road to Green Bay, you got to run the football again. And once y'all establish running in the football, then they'll start to win some games, and that's how you get off to a good start. You can get off into a good 3-1 start, at worst 2-2 start, going into the bye week and getting ready for a Jaguars team that should be right for the pick.
Sounds good, J-Mo. What about you, Real?
Yeah, I just want to make sure I have the question right. Could you repeat the question for me?
Absolutely. Okay, so how can the Lions get off to a fast start this season?
Yeah, man, these past 2 seasons, I was crushed week 1. I think that the week 1 matchup is so crucial, especially this year being a divisional opponent. I think we need to come out swinging that game. That's the most important thing to me, because we came out, 2 years ago and we thought we were going to blow the Jets out, and it was the opposite. We got blown out. And then even though the game started with a pick 6 from Quandre Diggs, the rest of the game was downhill and we got blown out. And we heard Jets fans chanting the Jets chant in our own home stadium, and that was devastating to me. That shot my confidence for the Lions. That whole season, I said the season was done, and it was right. They were done. And then last year, coming in, going to Arizona, and we definitely should have won that one. We had it in the bag, and we let it slip through our fingers and ended with a tie. That was devastating as well. So if we have a similar outcome this year, week 1, I will be so disappointed. And I don't expect them to. I expect them to come out swinging and whoop their ass. So that's what I think needs to happen.
There you go, Tim. What do you think? What do you think is going to get this team going? What do you think is going to get them a fast start this year?
Okay. Not only week 1, but I also got to look at how they looked in the preseason, because the last couple of years, you could tell in the preseason that they were not a team that was going to really be ready to play.
Facts,
they gave us no hope. And,
facts.
Yeah, and before that, we had said, well, preseason really didn't mean nothing. But when you get to game 3, that's like the dress rehearsal. You got to show that, hey, there's something there without showing exactly what you are. And then, of course, having a balanced attack. Be able to run. That's good. But you also got to make it so that they don't just concentrate on the run. Their staffers there for a reason. So beat them whatever way you can, and make their head spin with the way we play.
Yeah, I agree with that. Also, I agree. I think that the running game is key to this whole thing. Plus defense. Oh my God, you got to play better defense. We can't have a lead and then just not be able to keep it because the defense can't stop anybody. So we got to change that up. I'm saying that our defense has to play better than expected. Our running game has to be established, and we need to get some money to pay the refs a little bit more than Green Bay does, because for some reason they have a lot of money. Just kidding. I had to say it, man. I had to say it. But I saved the best for last. Luke G.
Hey, listen. First of all, shout out to Tim, because that's a very, very good point he brought up, and I always overlook the preseason, but when I think back to those preseasons, God, we sucked.
There's no other way to say it.
Like we was just horrible, and it just dawned on me when Tim said it. I was like, he's not lying. Like, you look at that preseason, you like, okay, they don't want to show their hand, and then the first game, you like, so this is what y'all was doing for real. Okay. Like it's a shock. It's a shock to see it. But yeah, good call by Tim. For me, they get off to a fast start by showing that this is not the same old defense from the last 2 years. You got to come out and hit them in the mouth immediately, and establish an identity of aggressiveness off the bat. If I see a whole bunch of blitzing and pressure and quarterbacks moving around and looking and people flying around, then you already gonna get off to a fast start. You got to beat the teams in the earlier week that you're supposed to beat, and make the teams that you're not supposed to beat pay by beating them. If they can get off to a 4-0 start, get through that bye week, hit 2 more games, they in the clear. I don't think a team has ever missed a playoff at the starting 6-0, but it's possible, I guess. But I take that back, because I think we did start off 6-0 at one point in time and didn't make the playoffs. So I'm gonna take that back. I take that back.
I think so.
I think we did. So, but to me, they got to come out with that, and then you got to have a balanced attack. Another thing that Tim pointed out, which is you got to come out. It can't just be the Matthew Stafford show anymore. He's dying back there, literally. And the same thing was happening with Drew Brees when they won a Super Bowl. They was a balanced team. And when the defense flew around and they ran the ball and passed it when they needed to. So to me, to get a fast start, I want to see that defense get aggressive. I want to see some dysfunction from the defense off rip. And that tells me that we're going to be all right.
Let's smack somebody in the mouth. Seriously.
Immediately.
Yep. From the drop. All right. Did I miss anybody? I want to make sure I didn't miss.
Nope, you got us all.
All right. I'm making sure every time, because I'm getting older. You know how that goes.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Okay, so this question kind of goes along with the last question that we had, and it says, what if the Lions lose week 1 or tie? What are you going to think about them and the future of this season if that happens? What's your feeling after that? I'm going to go to Real.
Man, because our schedule. Listen, man, because our schedule is so backloaded, that December schedule is terrifying to me. And I know I've stated on another roundtable, my birthday is in December. We are a terrible team historically in December. It's bad. It's really bad. I feel like there's been times in my lifetime where we've had the division in the bag, and all we needed to do is win a couple games in December, and we couldn't do it. And, I know each season we start at 0 and whatever, but listen, that's a death row of teams. We got the Vikings, the Bucks, all these, it's crazy. It's crazy. So I'm terrified of the second half of the season. So I think we need to perform and win the games that we can win in the beginning of the season. And that's a really big one. And that just drives the momentum forward for what's going to happen the rest of the season. So to me personally, if we lose week 1, I think the season's done. In my opinion, I think the season will be done. We won't make the playoffs, which is just terrifying to me.
I hear you, because I agree with you. If we lose or tie, I think the schedule is so hard. That's going to be really demoralizing for me as a fan. I don't know that they get it turned around. There's a time that Patricia said that you really don't know what team you have until October or somewhere in there. I think he said that. It was a couple of years ago. I think when he first started, you don't know what team you have until October. And I'm thinking you're going to be out of the playoffs in November. So,
Right.
You better figure out who you have in September, to be honest with you. But yeah, that would terrify me as well. Tim, what do you think?
Okay, I think that you got to take it. It's one damn game. And if you become a good game, you got to be able to get over that loss. And it's vision. You got to have the vision to bring and elevate your team after a loss like that. So no, it's not over, and it's not over. Each game needs to be looked at and can be a winnable game. See, that's why I hate. I am the type of person that hates picking wins and losses before the season, because what you do on that field, and if you go ahead and you say, okay, I lost that game, or if I won that game, and you don't bring it every week to win, then you don't even deserve to be in the NFL.
Where did Tim come from? What? Tim's
on fire.
Where did Tim? Where you been? Tim came in here like he came in here like Spawn. Let me go ahead and let them know this is one damn game. You can't get past that. You don't deserve it. What? I wasn't expecting that. I wasn't. Go on with your bad self. My bad.
All right,
Tim, you've been on fire today, man.
J-Bo, what do you think about this?
Look, I'm gonna be honest with y'all, and I'm proud to admit, and this is something that I would even argue, and it's about to sound ridiculous, but I'm the biggest Stafford fan in DSA. If we lose first game,
I'm pretty big too.
I'm willing to debate, like I just said 2 seconds ago.
You asked Tim how bad I stuck up for Stafford.
Okay.
I was in the building when he won his first game. It's different. I'm telling you, it's different. But anyway, we lose, trade him to the Patriots for Jarrett Stidham and 2 first-round picks. I'm serious. I'm done. I don't need to watch him go through another season like that. You might as well trade him and get a king's ransom for a team that need a quarterback. Once the Colts realize that Phillip Rivers is garbage, maybe be like, we'll take him. Give me some of y'all running backs and give me y'all linebackers because they got some good ones. Get a nice little trade package together, because I remember last year when we tied the game, Luke, you know what we was saying? We was like, this season is over. We gonna start.
Yeah. We so they tied it. We was like, we done. We threw in.
And then Matt Patricia defense won that fluke game against the Chargers, and then the offense beat the Eagles, and we thought we was doing something, and it ended up didn't work out like that. But my thing is, we lose that first game, just trade Stafford, send him to another team. Let's run with a young QB and, go, 3-13. Try to get Trevor Lawrence. We don't win that game. I'm just like, let's go get Trevor Lawrence, bro. I'm tired of this.
One game.
Stafford to the Patriots,
sorry,
bro.
One
I
game.
can't do it, man. I cannot do
you can't put
because
Stafford
if they
through
lose,
it. Is that what you're
if
saying?
they lose that first game, I'm willing to literally bet my life that they lose the second game.
I don't know about that.
They gonna lose the second game.
I wouldn't bet
they gonna
your
lose
life.
to Green Bay.
I would not bet your life.
That's how confident I am. They lose the first game, they lose the second game.
Okay.
And then, I don't know about the third game, but they definitely not beating Green Bay. And you don't beat Green Bay, the season is over.
All right. What do you think, Luke?
Well, first let me say shout out to the Hood Cam. If y'all don't know, he got his own channel and he's doing big things over there. You're gonna get all your football fix. He just posted that he is editing a Lions vid. It's gonna be a bold video. So in other words, get your popcorn ready and go and get your favorite beer. And if you don't drink, that's great. I don't neither. Go get your favorite drink, whatever it is. For me, mine is lemonade. and get ready for it. Also, if you don't know, the Hook Cam is a featured channel on my channel. So if you look at my description, you can just simply click on it and subscribe to him. Good guy, and he is one of our newer Detroit Lions fans. So that's what's up. I put it like this: if they lose that first game, I'm just gonna be like, okay. I think Tim hit on something that. How you respond to it is what I matter. But if you tie it, and I see it like the way it happened in the Cardinals, I'm just going to ask everybody the same question I've been asking. Do he have his guys? Because I don't want the excuses. And so to me, if they win, lose, or draw, I'm going to go into it with the idea of let me see what you do after that. How do you build off each game through the season? If they lose, it's like, okay, cool. If they win, I'm going to be like, okay, cool. But I'm going to always evaluate the game based on what happened, not just the result. If we win a game for some lucky reason, it's not going to work. Now, we got 40 people in the chat. We got 8 thumbs down, 17 thumbs up. So let's get those likes up, people. And for the 8 thumbs down, hey, salute to you. We know you still here. Love you. So let's get those likes up. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell, and keep this thing going. Because that's how you get it in circulation. So, and to the 8 that came here, thanks for the view.
Thank you for your view. Yep, absolutely. I ain't sweating nobody, man. I am not worried. Hook Cam is going to join us. So I'm letting you know I'm going to pop him in right now. What's up, Hook Cam?
What's going on, boys? How we feeling?
Man, Cam, what it do, bro?
Dude, it's good to see you guys. I missed the last few.
Man, you got me. Listen, I've been on full massive promotion for everything positive and good that's going on, man. And you one of those positive things. I've been on a full campaign to get GQ's channel to 1 million because I love that he's teaching people the game. So Cam, man, happy you in the building, man. Welcome, man.
I'm chilling right now. Drove up to my parents' spot up in the Bay Area about a week ago. Just been hanging out, making videos. And I was like, yeah, I gotta pump out a Lions video. And I've had an idea for a Lions video for like the last week. I just like needed some more film to be like, yeah, I feel good about this. And today I saw a couple of things that really made me feel good. So I was like, let's do it. Let's pump it out. So
now you teasing. Now you teasing, man.
I know I can't.
When you gonna drop it? Don't scare us now. But
I'll drop it tonight. I just I literally finished recording it, and then I was like, oh, the DSA guys are on. So I like to pop in for a little bit, and then Jim hit me. I was like, you want to pop in? So I was like, yeah, let's do it. So here I am.
Hey, let's go. Let's talk some football, people.
Let's talk some football.
I'm ready.
We had a couple questions, Hook Cam, and one of them, I really think, what do you think if the Lions lose that first game or tie? What do you think the state of the Lions will be after that first game?
Yeah, they play
Bears.
They open against the Bears. Is that so? Here's a good question: is that in Detroit or is it in?
It's in Detroit.
Oh,
it's in Detroit. Yeah,
that's huge. Having that first game at home is massive. I would be pretty disappointed if they lose that game. What's the state of that? I mean, it really depends on how the game plays out. If they're getting pumped by 35 to the Bears, then you're like, all right, we got some changes to make. Obviously, whatever we did isn't right, and you just got to go from there. But I honestly, I just don't see them losing that game. Guys, I've been watching some film. Cam's been in the film room, lights out. Film ticking, 35 millimeter. That's how I watch it. The only reason why I have a laptop is to talk to you guys.
Right.
No, but I just don't see if they do lose that game. And again, depending on the circumstances, if it's a blowout, Patricia his ass is in the jackpot, as some would say. It's do or die time for him. Personally, I don't think that'll happen. I think that they will win that game.
Talk to him.
I think that they will win that game, and then it's going to be. I'm telling you guys, and I think I heard you. I was listening to the last live show, literally like an hour ago, and I think you guys touched on it. But those first 2 weeks of the season is pretty much going to dictate, I think, how this Lions team goes. Yes. If they go 2-0 those first 2 weeks, then the people need to watch out, because I think that this team with some momentum. Right, just like think about it. This team with some momentum, new coaching staff, new pieces on the defense. People are buying into that to that underdog mentality, which is exactly what they should have. You got Matty Stafford, we know he's going to come to play. You know, this team could be dangerous if they pop off for a couple of wins early in the season. Absolutely.
Yeah, thank you for that, man. Thank you. I'm going to go to the next question. If you want to hang with us, Hook Cam, that's great. We're going to grill you too. So.
Oh yeah, no, I'm all for it. Like I said, I literally just finished making the video, so I was like, oh sweet, the guys are on right now, so I'll come and hang out. But yeah, I'll chill for a little bit. I'll let you guys know if I got to leave.
All right,
for sure.
All right. So with the current offense, how many points do you expect the Lions to score on average? And I'm going to start with you, J-Mo.
Is my mic all right?
Yeah.
No, man.
Here we go.
I just had to do a lot of stuff.
Oh,
I just had to do a lot of stuff, man.
No, you're good. We can hear you.
You're good.
All right. Yeah, I'm just making sure. 27 points a game. I think we were scoring like 24, 25 last year. So I would say 27, but I'm going to be honest with you. I hope it's 30.
Wow.
Because that means we're going to be really good. But yeah, I'll say 27. Just a little bit slightly better than last year.
I was telling Tim right before this started, I was telling him it was 20. I said 28. You were like, come up with 27 right away. I'm like, look, man, there he is right there.
I was going to say 28, but I went down to 27.
But I do hope it's more than that. I really do.
If it's more than that, we going to be wrong. But 27, we'll score a lot of points.
I can hear him. You guys good?
Yeah, I can hear J-Mo. Jim, are you having trouble hearing J-Mo?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I see you.
Can Jim hear us right now?
Jim, can you hear us? He's on delay or something.
I think he's on delay, yeah.
Yeah, people are... I'm having trouble with something because things are going a little... Hello?
It's all good. I can hear you.
I think he's delayed.
I think he's
all right. I'm going to have Luke take over.
Can't hear me.
All right, yeah. Listen, I got it.
Internet problem.
No, I got it. Let's get it. I mean, listen, like for me, the question that he just posed while he get his stuff fixed, and again, people, technology will fail you every chance it get. If y'all did not know, YouTube went down for a short period of time today, which really threw everything out of whack, and so it sucks. To all the people who are in the chat with us, again, if you have not hit that like button, okay, hit that like button and get those likes up. To the 10 people who gave us a thumbs down, again, God bless you. We support you and we love you because that's a view. So without you, we don't get that view. Thank you. So get those likes up. Now, J-Mo gave his prediction. We're gonna bounce it over to you, Cam. What do you think? This offense that we coming into it, they got DeAndre Swift, who's going to be somewhat of a compliment running back, but should probably be the feature. Who knows? Yeah. Or at least part of the dynamic duo. How many points do you think that this offense should be scoring this season?
Yeah, I mean, really, the way I kind of think about it is I'm like 28 points. That means that's kind of like the standard that I start to think about. And I'm like, that means they're only scoring 4 times a game. That's 2 times a half. That's 1 time a quarter. I really feel like this team could be scoring a lot more than that. And if you can get your points per game up to like in the 30s, your chances of winning got to skyrocket. If you can get 30 plus, I think that you're going to be in a good spot. I think that they can be in that 31 range, 30 to 31, which I think is what JMO said. Yeah, pretty sure you said 31, right, JMO?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. I said 30. I said 30. I said 30 if everything goes right, but I said 27.
Yeah, 27 to 30.
I really think that they can get into that 30 range. You look at what Stafford's doing, Bevel with another year with his guys, Stafford, Swift, Hawkinson another year in the league, Kenny Golladay, Marvin Jones. I know Luke has his opinions about Danny Amendola, but still he can help an offense despite what Luke G says. I'm
just saying that's $6 million, man. That's $6 million that's bothering me.
No, I know what you're saying.
Gonna be worth it. When he catching third downs in the playoff, man.
Yeah,
right.
And really the guy, and seriously though, JMO, that's the reason why you sign a guy like Amendola for that. And I completely understand both sides of the fence. Part of me is like, hey, you're paying a 30 whatever year old $6 million. On the other side of it, I saw that guy big catch after big catch in New England to the point where I'm like, this dude, like, I don't even remember who Wes Welker is because Danny Amendola made so many clutch catches. So having that veteran presence, I think, is huge. The guy that I am really interested to see is I want to see what this Quintez Cephas guy can do. Am I alone on that? Because I feel like his ceiling is like—
You're not alone, but we don't know how much playing time he's going to get.
Yeah. No, and that's part of the problem.
Our wide receiver core is deep.
Yeah, and that's again, that's a huge part of the problem. You got to find time for him, but the preseason stuff for him is going to be really interesting. But he's a guy who I think could definitely make an impact. But I'm sorry, I veered off from the point there. I think 31 points per game for these guys.
All right. Let's see, Jim, are you back?
Yeah, I'm back.
All right, Jim is working. All right, Jim, I'm gonna answer the question. For me, this is my expectation for this team. To me, I'm expecting them to score 28 points a game. But like Cam said, it's around like the average. But to me, 28 points shows me that you have a high-powered offense. Anything over 28 means you have an unusual, historically good offense, which tells me that if you have that I just need a half-decent defense. Maybe top 20 to 15 would be cool in that area. And if you get that, there's no reason why we should not have success this season. So I'm going to go 28 because I think that they're going to find a commitment to an identity, which I believe is more balanced and the run. So for me, I'm going 28. I think that's fair. Jim, you want to ask Real the same question, or you want me to keep going until we get to the next question?
Yeah. Let's ask Real the same question. Did you answer that one?
No, I did not. And look, Hook Camp, man, I love your enthusiasm and I love your optimism, man. You're really sounding like a Lions fan.
I'm riding high right now. I can't remember who I was talking to.
Look, I'm gonna have to give you my Kool-Aid.
Luke the other day, and I was like, "I'm ready to get hurt. Let's do this.
Let's do it. Let's get it."
But you can't blame Hook Camp. It's not hard to root for a team that has a great quarterback and a lot of weapons, and you be like, "Well, on paper, it should work."
Yeah,
but we're the Lions, so paper doesn't exist with us.
I'm staring at this from the outside in, like, why aren't you guys winning 10 games every year? And you're like, just wait, just wait and see.
Yeah, James, you just hit the nail on the head. On paper, for sure. Like, there's no, even take DeAndre Swift off the board. Even without him, just with Matthew Stafford alone, there's no doubt in my mind with Bevel's system, and now that we don't have a crappy coordinator like Jim Bob Cooter, there's no doubt in my mind that we can get 30 points a game. That there's no doubt. Doesn't matter who is across from us on defense. If we put the ball in Stafford's hand and it was 2-minute drill the entire game, I think we could get 40 points a game if that's the case. Maybe I'm just too optimistic or crazy, but in my opinion, that's not what they're going to try to do.
Maybe a little, make her try to retire, man.
Yeah, that's true. But I really think that Stafford can just throw wherever he wants it, and whenever we put the ball in his hands and say, go for it, he charges down the field in 4 or 5 plays like it's nothing. Like, it's no problem. It's like, and you're like, where was this the entire game? I just think that they're not going to try to do that. They're going to try to run the ball. They're going to try and eat up as much clock as possible in between, like during their drives. And I think it's going to be more close to 25, and that's still high. That's still great.
Okay, listen. I don't really think there's a wrong answer that anybody can give. Like, that's the scary part about this team. The upside on this team is so high that the chances of you having any real crazy statement about it doesn't seem crazy. And the downside is so low. If you say something like, oh, they're not going to do anything, that doesn't make you crazy. The thing about this team right now, if you just were to look at the talent, this is enough talent to win Super Bowl. It is. I've seen less talented teams win a Super Bowl. Yeah. So I don't think anything anybody is saying right now is so far-fetched or so crazy that you're just looking at it like, nah, there's no way. There's no way.
Well, do you think that at the roster last year too?
I did. I thought last year's roster was good. That's why I had them going 11-5. And obviously they went they was in the game for 14 of the 16. I thought this was an 11-5 team. And they didn't live up to the bill. And I saw the issues rolling with the defense. But I think that it's something that you just got to look at and understand that this team is either hot or cold. There is no in between, no gray area, no warm, none of that. Either they're up there at the top or they're at the bottom. And that's the way I see it with this team. The talent is there. It's just everything else got to hit on all cylinders.
All right. Hey, Tim, you didn't get to answer this one, so go ahead and answer this one. Well, how many points do you think this offense is going to put up?
Okay. I'm going to say 30 plus. And the reason why I'm doing this is I'm saying you got to knock out the BS and go for the damn throat.
Yep.
If you go ahead and you get that lead, and if you're scoring not only on Stafford, by Stafford scoring, but you're using your running game to get those points, you go ahead and you don't stop in that red zone. You get our red zone play going, then you go ahead and you score every time you got the ball almost. Not always quickly. You go ahead and you take that. Use time off the field with your running game, time off the clock, give your defense, but your main objective is to score. And you go ahead and you make those adjustments because this is Bevel's second year, like they said. Take the ceiling off and score as many darn points as you can.
That's good. That's good. Hey, Nomis, so what's up, man?
Hey, what's up, everybody?
Nomis in the building. Nomis J, what's going on, man?
Yeah.
Not much sitting here watching you guys. What's going on?
Hey, man, listen. Nomis. I want you to get into this conversation, but I got to hit on something with Tim. I know Tim don't come on much, but today Tim is a real gem. Y'all missing what he's saying. I can go back and just think of 5 games right now, 5 games where I thought just put them away with a touchdown. Don't play conservative. Don't try to kill clock. Score, and the game is over. And what Tim is saying is the level of aggression needs to be so much higher this year. It needs to be a flat out, no, I don't care who thinks we're disrespectful. We're dropping 100 on you. And that's what they have to do. I just 100%. Believe that.
When was the last time the Lions had a decisive victory?
I feel like Tim took a big shot of Kool-Aid, and I'm loving it, man. I'm loving the energy, man.
That was whiskey, homie.
you say he came in with that Jack Daniels like I'm ready. I'm ready. Yeah, I'm just saying he made some points though that you cannot argue. Like, I don't care who the person is, how much you hate the Lions. It's just simple football. You look at the good teams, their foot does not come off the gas. And the teams whose foot came off the gas, i.e. the Falcons against the New England Patriots in the Super Bowl,
yep.
i.e. the 49ers versus Kansas City. You can't do it. You got to just be having this killer instinct that, listen, I know it's Bush League to run the score up on you. I'm doing it anyway. We've been known for worse. What's wrong with us being known for being Bush League?
All I know is the Chiefs have no problem being up 25 and scoring 50 in a playoff game. So,
nope.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
I see Bravo joined us in the building. What's going on, Bravo? Welcome to the show. I mean, but it makes a good point. And Tim, I'm telling y'all, Tim is letting y'all know. He like, listen, don't let the age fool you. I've seen too much to not know what it takes to get these dubs. Tim out here on fire, Tim.
Yes, he is.
I'll tell you where they get killed at too. Not to cut nobody off.
Talk to him.
You'll notice where the momentum was just starting to shift. And I swear, this is what I've been mentioning in my videos in the past. Like, y'all will sit there, have a 13, 14-point lead, sit on it, don't add to it, watch the team literally come back and reduce the lead by 7, and then you come out there with a 20-second drive and have the defense already back on the field.
Yeah,
that's the specific time I say, yep, we're going to lose.
Yep. And Cam, it is funny because see, Cam is like, he gets a chance to be the coin with the two sides, right? He's on the side of the Patriots where he's like, hey, I'm a Patriots fan, you know? But then he's starting to see like, okay, the Lions. Now I'm a Lions fan now. And even Cam can tell you, I remember the year where they called New England some cheaters. That team, when they went undefeated, ran a score up on everybody.
They put up 70 on the Redskins. Like, no problem.
They ran a score up on everybody. Oh, we cheating. Okay, well, we're going to show you how much we cheating while y'all watching. Just watch this. You know, one of my favorite things, like I'm not a huge Cam Newton fan, but I love this soundbite where I heard the guy go, oh, they running to the left. They running to the left. And Cam Newton responded to him, oh, we running to the left. You know it's coming? He said, yeah, I know it's coming. He said, okay, cool, watch this. And he caught the ball and threw a touchdown. And I'm like, that's what we got to be. I don't care what they think about you. Run that score up on them, make them feel bad about themselves, and set a new standard.
It's so tough. Like I know just from coaching games, and you're like, when you're up 2 scores, it's so hard to like stay on guys, because you're like, as a player, you're looking at it and you're like, oh, we're up 2 scores. They could score once, they'd score a touchdown, and we could be like, all right, let's go and score another one, and we're good to go. And it sounds so ridiculous when I'm like actually saying it, but it is so tough to find a team with that mentality where they're just like, no, we're it's middle of the third quarter, we're up 14, we're getting the ball back, and let's go up 21 because I want to put these guys to bed tonight, warm up the bus. And what I think is really cool about a guy like Stafford is I think that if you can get Stafford going and he's got that momentum, he's the kind of guy who's he doesn't care. He's a little honey badger out there. He's just going to keep going and going and going. He'll throw for 500 damn yards. He doesn't care. So I think that if you can get that guy going and just get that offense rolling, it's going to be so hard to stop him. And Jim, what you were just saying, when's the last time they had a decisive victory? To be honest, I don't know. I'm still new to the whole Lions thing, but I can't even remember.
Right. No, how many points do you think?
Patriots was the last time.
I mean, as in.
Oh, I remember that game, actually. I take it back.
What was the question?
The question is, how many points do you think they will score per game, like an average for the season on offense?
For this season, or how much did we score last?
Upcoming season.
Yeah, okay. This upcoming season, that question is supposed to be so simple, but with that O-line, with all the question marks still there, I can't even tell you, because it's like, we don't even know if we're going to have a run game, because we got a running game. You're talking down there 40 points. I mean, do I have to? Well, I ain't gonna say 40, but you can take it back to 2011. I mean, come on. But if I don't know, if the line is like fidgety like it always is, I could see them still getting near 28 points. But it's not. But see, it's not the points that's the issue. It's what we doing with the ball. That's not the issue. The scoring points is the issue. Even if you average 3 touchdowns per game, that does not mean on those other drives you do not come away with points. And run the football. I mean, that's just the way it is. I know I went all the way out with the answer, but
but you make a very good point there. If we've had games where we scored, i.e. Kansas City, we scored 30 points.
Yeah.
And we still lose.
And we lost. So
he didn't throw down the field to do it.
Yeah.
We can't, and I'm not trying to make another mess out of it. That's where I say I'm cool with those. Any talent we can bring for the offense, because especially if the line is there, because if somebody gets hurt or somebody messes up, hopefully we can say those guys are good enough depth to where it's like we definitely don't have any excuses now. And so that's the way I'm looking at it.
No, I think you make a good point, Nomis, and I think we can agree to that because, like you said, it's about what we do with the ball, and that's what I've been looking at. What are you doing with the ball? If you're not doing anything with the ball, then it's a waste of energy. Like seriously. So I get what you're saying.
Look, I don't want to sound mean or anything, but isn't this not Patricia's fault? Like I'm sick of giving him a pass for one thing. I've watched Jim Caldwell and Matthew Stafford win 8 comebacks in the season. I don't think Stafford has had a fourth quarter comeback under Matt Patricia. Every time the game get tight, Stafford plays normal and Patricia loses the game. I just feel it happened with the backup quarterbacks too, because we was in a lot of those games. Like we could have easily beat the Cowboys, and I just don't understand. Like at the end of these games, we be choking. The only game we didn't choke was the Chargers and the Eagles.
But see, I thought we choked that Chargers game. I was very disappointed in what I saw in that Chargers game because you're talking about no Derwin James.
Just put a hero cape on or something.
No, it wasn't even Darius Slay that was my problem. It was just like you scored 13 points on a team that was missing most of their best players, and I blame Stafford for it. I really did because there were some plays where I'm like, the receiver cooked the crap out of the cornerback and he overthrew him or underthrew him, or he threw it just in their position, but they had to come back to it. And I didn't like that. And I didn't see where the run game was really any main standpoint for it to happen. But Patricia deserves a lot of blame. That's why this third year is going to be very telling. And there are going to be some people who are going to tell you that in this third year, it's still not enough. He needs a fourth in the fifth year. So, to me, if the fan base want it, I'm all about how much you want to be kicked in the nuts. And if you want to be kicked in the nuts every day of your life, cool. But I prefer to not be kicked in mine. Just saying.
Yeah, maybe we should have gave, what was his name, Mariucci? Maybe we should have gave him some more years.
Yeah.
Like,
Right.
come on, man.
Something? I was thinking about something real quick as y'all just mentioned Matt Patricia. I can't say the one thing. When it comes to Darrell Bevel, what if that is the guy he really wanted to bring to the team the whole time? Like, evidently he must have been. My thing is, Darrell Bevel himself took a year off. And I'm like, dang, it makes me wonder if he was just like released or something and was still hurry up looking for a job. When we took the chance to still bring him in that first year Patricia got, because that was the one thing that grinded my gears. I'm like, bro, you mean tell me you had Darrell Bevel playing, even though he hadn't been perfect? You had this coordinator waiting on, and you stuck us with last stick with this guy? Like, come on, man. And I was willing to take anything over KFC at the time, man. Like, y'all don't get it. I was literally pulling my hair out. I was like, it's got to be somebody we can temporarily use, because I say, ain't no way you should keep this guy. Bring somebody you know. That was the one time I said I would rather you bring in one of y'all guys y'all know.
Now, no, I don't know if you see this now, Jim. We got to talk about that, Jim. Go back to that question from Shade, because I think this is a legitimate question. So, Shade, let me just tell you, appreciate this question, because to me, that question, Jim, we got to talk about.
Okay. Here we
so
go.
you see it from Shade. Yeah, there you go. Shade 21.
Right now.
There we go.
Standards.
We got to. I mean, go ahead, Jim. Ask the question, or it started off by having you and Tim answer it, so we can go ahead, because this is right here is a legitimate question that I think needs to be discussed, not only for us, but in general for the Lion fan base. So,
okay, the question is, let me ask the question, because Tim.
Go ahead.
We are holding the. Are we holding these?
Were we holding the same standards for the past coaches?
Past coaches. Tim?
Who you want to go first?
Tim.
Okay, were we holding the same? I think that we have not been holding Patricia to the same standards, because we have given a pass the last couple of seasons, and if indeed we're going to hold him, then it's produce this year or you're out. Plain and simple. And it's produced in a good way. If not, and be a dominant team, be it that dominant defense, be that dominant offense.
Okay.
I'll go next.
Go ahead, Nomas.
Okay, so a couple things on that question. First off, I think I'm not making excuses for people, but I think because of where he comes from and the connection with Bob Quinn, that automatically puts somewhat of a high standard on him. Because when you got rid of Caldwell, it was like, hey, this better be the guy. The other thing is, I did kind of hold other coaches, well, specifically from Source to up to now, I did hold them on an equal level as far as what I wanted them to do for the team, but in different ways. When Swartz got here, it was to pull us out of the hellhole that we basically were dug in from the 0-16 spot. And I was always felt like I could understand where he was going with the direction of the team, but it's just like so many things went wrong. And I guess that was him being so new at the coaching thing. He just didn't really seem to know how to pull himself out of the hole. So when Caldwell got here, I put him at the highest standard. I'm like, whoa, Jim Caldwell, Peyton Manning, history there, whatever you want to call it. This should be the guy. And when he failed, even if he had help failing to a certain extent, overall he was responsible for his lot on Dylan. And when Matt Patricia got here, it's like, okay, so these two guys know each other. This should work. I'm not saying it's not, and I'm not to say it isn't, but in certain different ways, I kind of held them all to a good high standard. Expecting more of them due to the fact the situation where we came from.
That makes sense. I think this. I don't think that Patricia's being held to the same standards. I don't, because I hate to bring up the 9-7 thing. I don't know if it's fair, but I'm just saying that you fired a coach that went 9-7. You fired a coach that went 9-7 the previous year and made the playoffs. You fired a coach that had the best winning percentage in Lions history. No, I'm not a big Caldwell guy, so I'm not. But you have to hold Patricia to those standards. If you're going to fire a guy at 9-7, how do you keep a guy at 6-10 and has 9 wins in 2 years? No, I don't think he's being held to the same standards. I'm going to go to Hook on this.
Yeah, so this one's a little bit tough for me because I haven't been like really closely paying attention to the Lions over the last couple of years. This is really kind of the first off season and not even season that I've really paid attention to them. So again, I would imagine, and I'm going to start to speculate that there isn't going to be the same standards held for coaches because of where a guy like Patricia came from. And obviously there's the Bob Quinn, Patricia connection. So I would imagine that it's not the same, but for like my opinion personally, I can't truly give an honest one just because I don't have the information. I hope that's okay.
I respect that.
You know what I mean?
Listen, and I love it too, because what you're doing is instead of you trying to force an answer, you keep it in 100. Again, this show is not about opinions based on emotions, but based on facts. And I love that you was like, look, I can't answer that completely because I'm new to a Lion fan.
Yeah.
And as a new Lion fan, I just want you to know we're happy to have you.
Yeah, you
can be doing it.
You guys know how new I am because I'm so hopeful for this season. I'm thinking that we're going 11-5.
You give us hope, but like if we go 4-12, I'm gonna be like, Cam, we used to this.
I'll be like, all right, see you guys. You're gonna come on Tuesday. Nope, busy.
He's like, nope, busy. He's coming Tuesday.
Oh man!
All right, let me see. I mean, let me jump in here because I think the question makes a lot of sense. Were we holding them? I think the Lion fan base was never holding the coaches to the same standard, and I think that they pick and choose which coach they want to hold to certain standard.
Fact.
If I'm speaking for me as a Lions fan, I held every coach to the standard. What were you bringing into the table, and what did you come in with off rip? I gave more leeway to Jim Schwartz because, one, he was a first-year coach, and we know Matt Patricia was a first-year coach, but he took over that 0-16 team, as Norman stated. 2, I gave Jim Caldwell less love because I saw when Caldwell had a team better than the Lions, and he failed them on every level. They had a chance to be the next team to go 16-0. He chose to sit all his players and take an L because it didn't matter. And in the first playoff game, they lose with the Colts. And when he came to the Lions, I'm like, okay, you added Jim Caldwell, but even Jim Caldwell didn't do much. So I said, okay, cool. When you get to Patricia, as you heard come out of Jim mouth, he took over a team that was 9-7. And a team that was pretty much constructed with a lot of good players. Now, this is not my opinion. This is the opinion of the players there, i.e. Glover Quinn. If you have not heard his interview with Jim Rome, he's very clear that this team didn't need to be reconstructed. We wasn't that far, which brings me to that next point. Patricia was brought here to take us past 9-7.
Mm.
Patricia was brought here to lift us to a higher level. So I think when you ask the question, you got to keep in mind that standard is always going to be changed based on the circumstances. If you go back into the Matt Millen era, I think we all was rooting just to get Matt Millen up out of here. Like, I don't care who he bring in. If it's going to get him gone, I can care less.
Exactly.
You know, so the circumstances dictate what it is. But I don't think that the Lions fan base as a whole, they're having less patience with this guy. Because to go from 9-7 to 6-10 to 3-12-1, no matter how you look at it, that's a progress towards not getting better. It's getting worse, and the evidence is showing that. And I think that's why he doesn't have it. But Shay always makes sure he comes in here and he makes sure that he check us and make sure that he like keep it on another level. So I respect that.
I want to go to real on
Yeah,
that
I
too,
think
because
us.
Hold on, Jimmo.
I want to go to real on that too, because, and then I'll go to you, J-Mo. I'm sorry, but I want to go to real because I don't think you answered this. Did you?
Yeah, not yet. And I 100% agree with what you said, Luke. Like the context of these coaches' careers in Detroit matter. And when you're talking about our previous coaches, you're talking about the Millen and Mayhew era where fans despised those GMs, including myself, right? Because of the mistakes they did time and time and time again, really only hitting when you were in like the top 3 of the draft, right? So it's an issue that we looked at. Like Jim Schwartz, he not only had to battle from 0-16, he had to battle Martin Mayhew as a GM as well, right? So that was something that I think Lions fans gave the credit to Schwartz for that. And like, that's something that Patricia doesn't have. He has a guy that's completely in his corner with Bob Quinn. Like we talk about this all the time, like 2 bodies, 1 mind, like they think alike. They're in it for one mission. This was Bob Quinn's guy, and they're getting all of Matt Patricia's guys. So really the standard is a lot different than those other coaches. And like, even Jim Caldwell, I mean, like, you're looking at a guy, you know, he started his career here and had a great season to start off with. So then after that, he set that standard really high. But then as Patricia comes in, you're saying we need to get over this hump, and he takes a downward turn. And then on top of that, you have a GM that we all believe in. This is a GM, Bob Quinn, that goes out in free agency and is not afraid to swing that bat and get those guys. You know, he's going to swing for the fences, whether he hits or misses, and we love that. And it seems like this is, you know, we're supposed to hold that standard the same. I mean, but we can't because of the context of the coaches. So I completely agree with what you said, Luke.
Absolutely, man. Listen, Rachel is in the chat. So the queen has hit the building. Shout out to the queen of the den, Rachel Marie Sports. If you have not subscribed to her, shame on you. And if you in here, hit that like button, get it up. We got 32 likes up, 10 likes down. We support all energy that y'all give because energy is still energy. And if you giving it, we taking it. Get all those likes up. Let's go, Jim.
That's right. All right, J-Mo, you were going to say something. I didn't mean to cut you off.
I was going to say if Jim Caldwell came in here and went 6-10 and then went 3-12-1, I think fans would have been calling for his head in unison. But instead of doing that, he came in here and started winning football games. And then we got a guy, Matt Patricia, just came in here and started losing football games. And I think all fans after that first year, we were like, okay, that was the first year from the Super Bowl. Stafford got hurt at the end of the year. All right, cool. You going into a fresh season. Let's see if you can do something. And when I saw that first game, I was like, I can't believe what I'm witnessing. And like, I'm almost glad we tied and didn't lose, because if we lost, I might be the biggest Matt Patricia hater of all time. Because like when Kyler Murray was driving, I'm like, if they lose this game, I'm going to lose it. Like I'm gonna lose all. Like I'm not gonna be a rational human being. You're not gonna want to talk to me or be around me because you in danger. And he shouldn't have to put a team and put fans through that. And I think that fans give Patricia a lot more leeway because he comes from this Patriot way and he got to get his guys. So Jim Caldwell never had to get his guys, right? But we were winning games, so nobody cared. And the thing about Caldwell is we saw, as Real always likes to say, we saw his ceiling and we saw what he could be, and we knew that he wasn't going to get us over the hump. And after that first year, Patricia, like, I just don't think there's any excuses. I don't care how good Matthew Stafford is for going 0-8. Like, win one game. There's no excuse to go 0-8. Like, just because your starter quarterback is hurt and you got some other injuries, you have to show me that you're a good coach. Like, if he was hurt and then we win 6 or 7 games, I'm like, okay, that was good. You know what I'm saying? Or we did what the Steelers did. But I think the fans, they love Patricia more because they think he's the guy that's going to win us the Super Bowl. They think he's the guy that's going to take us to the promised land. So, yeah, they're going to give him 3 years, 4 years, maybe even 5 because they think he's the one that's going to get us a Super Bowl. They're much nicer, too.
J-Mo, do you think that he's the one, or do you think that they're scared of a rebuild? I mean, which do you think?
I'm terrified. I keep telling y'all, we lose Matt Patricia, we lose Matthew Stafford, and I'm going to be broken. Like, I'm terrified, but I'm realistic.
I mean, listen, hold on.
I'm terrified, but I'm realistic. I'm not out here saying we're going to win the Super Bowl this year. I'm saying anything is possible, but I'm thinking 9-7. Like, that's what I'm saying. So, but yeah, it's going to be over.
But that question, Jim, that's the money ball right there. That question.
That's a really good question.
It's really good. And I'm telling you, that's the money ball right there. You can't, that question is going to give it the all. And I don't blame a person for feeling one way or another. Now, I see Go Lion has just joined us. What up, though, Go Lion? Again, if you are in here, hit that like button, get those likes up. We got 39 likes, 10 thumbs down. I seen Pistol Lover You. He says 10 people's thumbs are broken. It must be. If they want to give it, we taking all gifts. Okay, I don't return nothing to the store, and I don't re-gift.
So, I want to answer, Jim, what you were saying, though, because you said, are we scared of a rebuild, or are we thinking that Patricia can be the guy? And what J-Mo said, and he was quoting me, and yeah, we haven't seen, at least in my opinion, we haven't seen the ceiling yet of Patricia, so we don't know. But I agree, though. I am terrified of a rebuild. I don't want to lose Matthew Stafford like this. You know what I mean? So I think it's a mixture of both. And if anybody, disagrees with that, I don't know. I think that they're lying.
Right. Yeah, they lying. Like I'm not gonna hold you up. The idea of a rebuild does scare me, but I hope that like hell I'm wrong. I do not want to be right at all about this. I want Matt Patricia to not only to win the division, I want Matt Patricia to take us to the Super Bowl. I want Matt Patricia to make me walk on hot coal and dance on glass with no shoes on because I want to be wrong. Mm-hmm. But I also look at it and say my job ain't to try to push my view on you. My job is to tell you the facts based on the information that's being provided. That's what I want to do.
My thing is, I feel like when it comes to this group in particular, like everybody gets upset. We say, prove us something, show us something. I think that's the issue.
Right. Yeah. But go ahead, Jim. Jim, hit that next question for us, man.
All right. We'll go to the next question. Who do you think will have the best offense in the NFC North?
Ooh.
And I'm gonna. Do you feel like you know enough on this one? Because I was going to ask you first.
Who are you talking to? You talking to me? Oh, I'm sorry. I missed out on the Hook Cam part. I think the Lions. I honestly do, guys. I'm telling you, Cammy's been in a dark room watching film. And you look at what's going on in the NFC North. You look at the Bears. So many questions with Chicago still right now. Is Foles going to be a legit Q? Is he going to be able to come back from a broken collarbone? Is Mitch Trubisky going to get the shot first? We don't know. There's a ton of question marks around Chicago. Judging off of last year, I'm going to say they're not going to be it. And then you go and you look at the Vikings, right? Vikings pounded the rock last year, had a really good offense. Use that run action, use that wide zone. Great. They ran very smoothly. All right, we'll take away the offensive coordinator. Now let's see how you do. Oh, also take away Stephon Diggs. So now those guys who are going to stretch the field on your play action, they're gone. And the guy who was calling the plays, he's gone. Okay, so there's question marks there. We don't know what they're going to do.
Talk to him, Cam. Talk to him. Go ahead.
And then let's go to Green Bay. Let's talk about Green Bay. Okay, Green Bay actively refused to get better for this next season. I'm not talking to the future because I know Luke has opinions about Jordan Love.
Cam, I need you to say those words again so I can thank the Lord. Say it again.
The Packers actively refused. There was a decision. There was a fork in the road. And they said, let's not get better for this season. Let's prepare for the future. A team that went to the NFC Championship game. A team that was receivers away. That was a good linebacker away. That was close to going to the Super Bowl. Decided to pass up on a receiver, pass up on linebackers, and take a quarterback for the future. And we're talking about a receiving core that was made up of Jimmy Graham and Devontae Adams. Those are your top two guys in the Packers. You can't convince me that there is any other team in the NFC North that should have a better offense than the Detroit Lions. Detroit should put up points next year, not only around the NFL, but especially in the NFC North.
Damn, Cam.
Sorry, guys.
Cam.
I hope everybody's fired up now.
Cam, no, listen, Cam. Listen, man.
I love it. I'm happy.
Listen, can I go next? Because Cam got my blood boiling.
Go next. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm gonna echo everything Cam said, but just faster. He's right. I mean, we have to have the best offense, hands down. I think that in terms of the running back dynamic duo, I would take Swift, even though I know he hasn't taken it down in the NFL. I would take Swift and Kerryon over Cook and say Madison. I mean, because out of that, we know Madison is decent, but Cook is really the guy. I would take Swift and Kerryon over Aaron Jones, and I thought Jamal Williams was still there, but I don't know if he got released or not. But I would take him over that group. 100%. I would take him over
100%
over Montgomery and Cohen. When you go through our quarterback, I think we got the best quarterback in the division. When and I know everybody gonna say, "Well, what about Aaron Rodgers?" I know what you are thinking. But Aaron Rodgers is starting to experience a little bit of what Stafford has been experiencing, and that's not having a supporting cast and having to do more. It's frustrating, people. So I just go through. I take our receiving core. Our offense should be the best offense. Plus, Aaron Rodgers probably ain't too fond of his head coach with that draft move.
That's what I'm saying.
So I think it serves a good point that we have to 100%. And look, Cam, you getting some love from the Queen. The Queen says, "Preach, Cam, preach."
Yeah. I'm telling you guys want to see some Twilight Zone. You know what? Watch the Lions go 2-0 to start the season. And I know that I'm pumping Detroit's tires right now, but I'm telling you, watch Detroit go 2-0 to start the season, and watch Green Bay. Watch the wheels start to wobble. Because if Green Bay starts off going 1-1 or 0-2 and they lose to the Lions, Rodgers is going to be hot.
Yep.
You know Rodgers is going to be pissed, which means the coach is going to be pissed, which means the GM's seat's going to be hot. That entire thing might get blown up.
Cam, let me just stop you right there, man. Because I just have one question for you. I have one question for you.
Is it a real question or is it like a joke?
No. This is real.
Okay,
that's serious. Do you think that the refs will let us win in Lambeau Game 2?
That's the thing. That's the thing. And I remember, I'm pretty sure Jim and Real, we were talking one time after a show, and you guys were like, "Yeah, the refs just have it out for us." And I was kind of like, "Man, what are they talking about?" And then you guys started bringing up 1 example, 2 example, 3 example, and I'm like, "All right, well, let me check this stuff out on tape." And I go and I pull up Game Pass, and I'm looking through it. I watched the Trey Flowers stuff. I watched that live, and I'm not, guys. I wasn't even a big Lions fan like I am now at that point. And I'm looking at that, and I hate the hands to the face call on the offensive line and defensive line. I think that is the dumbest penalty on the face of the earth. How do you, these guys are playing at 1,000,000 miles an hour, and you expect them to keep their hands at chest level? Screw that. Are you kidding me? That's such a pro football focused nerd flag to throw. It's not even funny.
Oh my god!
But anyway, do I think that they'll let him win in Lambeau? You got to know, if you're Detroit, if you're Patricia, that's the one thing that if Patricia's good at, if he can rally the boys, if he can rally the troops and be like, "Hey, it's Detroit against the world. we know going into Lambeau, we don't only have to beat the Aaron Rodgers of the world, but we got to beat the Stripes as well. We got to beat the Shield. We got to beat the NFL. You got to play clean football. You got to play smart football. It's tough, but I mean, that's a great question, and that's one that I don't know because accounting for the refs is so difficult to do. And I could go on and on about times that I've been coaching and playing that I've just been screwed by the refs. Everybody has stories like that, but
right.
I mean,
I appreciate the input, man.
Sorry, dude. I know I went off.
No,
on
you
that
know
one,
what? I think the answer is really simple though, fellas. I really think the answer is simple. Take the refs out of the game. If I don't care what the refs do. If I score 30 something and you score 14, the refs can call what they want. Every team get bad calls, but the good teams take the refs out of the game. Their decisions can't affect their game because they've already put the game away. If you already got the game put away, the refs can call nosebleed for the next 30 plays. It don't matter. Yeah. So my answer is simple.
Hey, Luke, I got a question for you. So what was the score the last time the Lions beat the Packers in Lambeau?
Jesus, boy, now you pulling my strings.
No idea.
I know.
Man, I was trying to help you out, man. I was trying to help you out.
Listen.
It was 31-0. It wasn't no refs.
Sure was.
It was 31-0.
It sure was. You know what, J-Mo? Listen, keep in mind, J-Mo, I am still on the clock. So I got to do this and still read emails. So I got to still do my job. But listen, you're right. It was 31-0.
Don't worry, I got you, man.
Didn't Rodgers only play the first quarter though, or the first half?
He did, but the game was so out of control that they was calling stuff and it didn't even matter.
I don't know.
It didn't even matter. They were calling stuff on us in that game. It just didn't matter.
Because we had already destroyed. We destroyed them earlier. We was up 24-0 at halftime the first game. They wasn't gonna win that game. Not the way we was playing. No.
which is one of the things that Quandre Diggs talked about. Like, why are we not playing like this every time? He felt that was when he said that was some of the best play calling and coaching he had ever seen in a long time being here. And he was like, why wasn't we doing this from the get? He felt that the play calling was vanilla down coming into the new year. That was one of his gripes with the players and the coach staff was that y'all brought it so far down and we was rolling high at the end of the season.
Got you.
All right. So I think we're going to go to our next question here because we've been on for a while now. So we'll go on to the next one. Okay. Where does the Lions running back core rank in the NFC North? What do you think, JMO? Okay.
I mean,
can anyone hear me?
No, I got you.
Joe cracks me up, dude. Sometimes I was texting Luke about this earlier. I know he's gonna start laughing. I'm like, when J-Mo's like, when he's on it and he hears a question, he's got great insight. And then there's sometimes where I'm pretty sure J-Mo's in a Twitter beef with somebody and he catches the tail end of the question.
Oh my god! Like,
it's so funny.
Look, hold on, y'all. This story will take 2 seconds. I was in the Twitter beef. I wasn't on the broadcast. And then I said, I heard something ridiculous. It was one of the most ridiculous things I ever heard in my entire life. Dude told me the center wasn't the most valuable position on the offensive line. And I was like, all right, at this point, we need an outside source because you're an idiot. So I had to have Cam come teach me things about an offensive line.
It's so funny.
But back to the question. We don't. Our offensive line is questionable, so that it had me questionable about the running back. But I have to say, Swift and Kerryon, just from a talent perspective, no other team in the division has like 2 second-round running backs, just from pure talent when it comes to like drafting position. And I do think that the other running backs really don't have a running mate. A.J. Dillon could be good, but we don't know what he can do. Dalvin Cook is basically by himself. Madison is not going to get a lot of carries. And Cohen and Montgomery is like a wide receiver in Montgomery. So I think it's definitely mine.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I 100%. You ain't even got to ask me, Jim. I agree with J-Mo.
I disagree.
Yeah. You disagree. Let's hear from you, Real. What do you mean? You disagree that they have the best running back tandem in the NFC North?
Yeah, I definitely disagree because as much as we want to blow up Kerryon like he's the man. He's injured every single year, so like we could say we have a great tandem right now, but it's gonna be just Swift. So you know what I mean. But my issue is that
everybody healthy right now, real.
Yeah, look on
No
paper it looks
right
great,
now.
but we've never seen Swift play in the pros, and Kerryon we've never seen him play a full season. Where on the other hand, we've seen Dalvin Cook destroy this league. And we've seen Aaron Jones destroy this league. Aaron Jones was murdering people. He was literally stealing people's ankles and trucking people last year. Like, I don't see how him and Jamal Williams and A.J. Dillon is not on paper the best in the league. We got to see first if Swift is going to be what he's promised to be. And we got to see Kerryon be healthy for once.
Okay, I'm not going to kill you because I get where you're going with this. You're saying no handouts. You want to be the best, and you wanted to say that you're the best. Show us. I'm with you.
Nothing in our running back room right now is proven. That's my only issue.
I'm with you. Right I can respect that.
I respect the hell out of that. It's very realist of you.
I see what you did there, Cam.
Bring it all together, fellas.
Go ahead, Jim.
Jim might not be
okay.
back.
Jim stepped out for a minute.
Okay. So that's Tim. Tim, do you think we got the best running back duo?
Yeah, I think we do, even though you got to prove it. Yeah. If Kerryon can stay healthy and if Swift is what we think he is, but then you still got the other running backs that were there too. So I do think that we got at least contending to be the best.
Okay. I can listen. I'm not killing nobody's answer today. You know why?
Mm-hmm.
Because I think it's one of them things where you have to just look at it from different perspectives to kind of get to the medium of it. I think what Real pointed out was real, and I think what we talked about is got some merit to it as well. So I can't kill neither one of them. If you are just coming in and joining us, appreciate you for being here. We got 46 thumbs up, 11 thumbs down. So we accept all energy given. Appreciate that. Can we get that? We got 51 in the chat. Let's get those likes up. If you are new, I see Hater House is in the building. He got us at 12 and 4. I see Go Lion says at Tim, I agree. And he says rank the rest of those divisions. He want to know about who got the best offensive line, the best linebacker. Don't ask about the linebacker core. Leave me out that linebacker one because y'all ain't gonna like my answer.
You won't like that answer.
Yeah. But I did want to say something about the refs. And I think what we need to start doing as a fan base is, and I know that we cannot be fined for it, but before the Green Bay game, make a lot of noise about, hey, we're going to be watching you guys, refs.
Right.
We're going to be watching you, NFL. Don't screw us.
Yep.
And if you screw us, we're going to say, we told you so. But also, like you say, take the refs out of the equation. Put as much points on that board as you can.
Yep.
But the way you change something is you bring light to it. And you don't make it as excuse. So you bring it to the forefront beforehand. Because then maybe they'll start thinking, hey, if I make that call, that bad call, they're not going to be. They already predicted this was going to happen.
Yeah, that's how you do it. You burn it up, and you put it up there right now, and you show them and go, y'all keep on crapping on us, and we get into a game that's close, and this happened again. You're gonna have to throw us a first round pick to apologize because you can't keep pissing on us and telling us it's raining.
Bullshit. Sorry.
Yeah.
Oh God, yes. This really does irritate me when, like, the batted ball situation, or oh yeah, well yeah, we made a mistake. What do you mean you made a mistake? That's a ball on the 1 yard line, right? At the end of the game. Are you serious? Right. That's not a mistake. That takes the game away from us. That's ridiculous.
No, Tim is right.
Come and apologize for things like that.
The refs are pretty scared because I remember being at some home games this year and the refs were attempting to cheat and the fans were like, we will kill you. And then he picked up the flag. Y'all think I'm joking. I'm not. I know. Man, it was one of them calls where we were like, we know y'all not about to do this. And they were like, yeah, we about to do this. And the whole stadium went crazy. And they was like, yeah, we don't want this smoke. They came in a little huddle. And I'm like, there's no way they're going to change this call. Impossible. And then they changed the call. I was like, really? So he's right. We got to put a lot of pressure on him because it does work. I've seen it happen.
All right, listen, Jim, keep us going, Jim. Keep us going. So we can get to the chat.
I want to hear.
No, go ahead, Jim.
I want to hear real. I want to hear real on this too about the refs. I mean, we don't talk about that a whole lot, and the media ain't covering it. This may be the only place you're going to get real talk about the refs.
Yeah, nah, man. I'm a little more radical. I think we need a Malice at the Palace Ford Field edition. That's what I think we really need.
Yeah,
I think these refs need to get scared of the truck. I'm dead serious because they have no issue just stealing games away from us. But then when they do it to the New Orleans Saints or somebody with some clout, they got to make some rule changes, this, that. Nothing happens when it happens to the Lions. Nothing. It gets brought just straight under the rug on ESPN. It's like a little side thing scrolling on the bottom of the screen. Lions got screwed. NFL apologizes. What is going on here? It's ridiculous. And then people say, we're a small fan base. We're a small market. No, we are not. I remember the year, I think it was like 2011, right? Where the Lions had like multiple primetime games, stuff like that. We were the second highest rated TV out of TV ratings. We're the second highest rated team. And you could go look this up. I'm not making this up. Behind the Dallas Cowboys. We are a big market. We just need to show at least a little bit of success and have the NFL respect us a little bit to not screw us over 2 games a year. So I don't know what to do at this point. I'll pick it outside of Ford Field if I have to. You know what I mean? I live in Illinois. I'll make the drive every Sunday if I have to. If that's what's going to make the difference. But I don't think anything's going to make a difference until we start winning. That's the only thing.
Now, the Durham brings up the Calvin Johnson rule.
Cam is new to this.
What's up?
Yeah, I saw that. Calvin Johnson.
Because the NFL's dirty little.
You know what's funny about the Calvin Johnson rule? When it happened to Calvin, I remember thinking, did you want him to grab the ball, coddle it, get up, go to the locker room, clean it, bring it back to you in a glass case in bronze? And then when it happened to the Dallas Cowboys, Desmond Bryant, rule change. Oh, now y'all want to redefine it now. Now you want to redefine it.
Right. Oh, preach. Oh, preach.
So it's like, come on.
Look, Cam, you haven't gotten to experience the real experience of sitting down, watching a game, having the ups and downs, only to get screwed at the very end. And I got to tell you, man, I mean, maybe you have, but not like the Lions. What do you think about that? Have you looked at it? I said you looked at it a little bit. What do you think of? What's your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I mean, the most vivid memory I can have of the Lions just getting screwed by a call was when they played the Seahawks it was a Sunday or Monday night game, and Calvin Johnson, I'm pretty sure it's Calvin Johnson, and he dove over the line. And Cam Chancellor made a sick play and punched the ball out. 100%. Great play. But the ball bounces up at the back of the end zone right before it goes out of bounds. And I'm pretty sure it's Bobby Wagner walks up and just pushes the ball out of the back of the end zone. And the only reason why I remember that is because Belichick came out like 2 days later and he was like, the refs made the wrong call on that. That's a penalty. That should not have stood. And it just blew my mind that you can have officials who literally just ignore a rule book. Why even have a rule book? Why even have officials if you're not going to honor it? So stuff like that just blows my mind. It makes me feel bad, but it sucks. So it's true though. I remember, I'm pretty sure I was talking to you, Jim, after one of the shows, and you were like, I account for 2 games a year where the Lions are just going to get screwed by the refs.
Yes, I do.
And that's just so tough, man. That sucks that a fan base has to assume that.
You know what's funny, Cam? And I can't think of who did this, but there was a guy who did 2 videos called "The Lions Getting Cheated," and I'm not making this up. This is not a knock on the player.
I watched those. Yeah.
It's not a knock on the player. Those videos were longer than Detroit Lions highlights of us just getting cheated, just flat out cheated.
Man. But
Sorry,
you know what's funny?
let me just.
You got to find that hook cam. If you haven't seen that, that's amazing.
I'm definitely gonna look it up.
No, all you gotta do is type it in on YouTube. It'll pop right up,
man.
I'm telling you, dude, it got a bunch of views where he went through every game and showed piece by piece of them just getting crapped on, and it was longer than our highlight videos. Like if you were to do a Ray Lewis career highlight video, this video was still longer. Like, how are you finding this much stuff?
Yeah, he's got two parts to it.
We got to.
Yeah, he does.
Yes, he do. See,
isn't that horrible? You couldn't fit it all in one. You had to do 2 parts. That's what's terrible, man.
Yeah, move us to that next topic, man.
You get the real you get the real deal here, man. All right, what player will be the biggest surprise this season? What player? I'm going to JMO. What do you think?
What do you mean by prize?
Biggest surprise.
Oh, surprise. I'm like, prize. I'm like, what? The biggest surprise this season. I've been high on him and I've been gassing him up a lot. But I think people expect TJ Hawkinson and all of our skill positions to play for it. But I think Deron Harmon is going to be like Pro Bowl level good. I really believe that. I think him and Tracy Walker are going to be a Pro Bowl safety set tandem. And if they don't get the nods, they'll be it in skill level. I think Deron Harmon is a perfect fit for this defense, and he's finally going to get his chance to actually play a lot of snaps and shine. And I think he's going to be a huge surprise. I think that we found our second safety, so we won't have to go drafting another one like Will Harris. But, so I just think we'll be fine. And I think Deron Harmon is going to be that guy. I think he's going to be lights out, really.
I got to pop out here.
I got
in the chat. Sorry, I got to pop out in a second, but I do want to bring up real quick because I watched a lot of Deron Harmon film today. That's going to tie into this video, a little bit of a teaser. Every single snap when the Kansas City Chiefs played the New England Patriots, Deron Harmon was on the field. Every single snap. He was the guy who was dropping into a deep zone, who was cutting off double moves. Deron Harmon is going to have a fantastic year this year with the Detroit Lions. That's all I'm going to say. That's just a little teaser I'm going to have for the video that I'm putting out. I'll probably put it out tomorrow because it's late for you guys over there. But with all that being said, guys, I got to take off. Thank you so much for having me. You guys are
appreciate you for coming, man.
Hey, tell the people where to find you.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, my channel, The Hook Cam. Just punch it in on YouTube, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. I'm also on Twitter, trying to be more active on Twitter. I'm not great at Twitter yet though. But yeah, hit me on YouTube. If anybody has suggestions for like lion videos to make right now, anybody at all, hit me on Twitter or comment on one of my videos. I'd be happy to take a look at it because it is slow right now. So yeah,
we'll definitely do that.
Hey, support you, man. Support you, Cam. Thanks for coming through,
Thanks
man.
for having me on, guys. I'll see you guys all soon. I'll be checking out on the lines. Don't you worry.
For sure,
folks.
You know what's funny? It's funny, right? Like it's funny. Like the way I met Cam was he was commenting on a different video, and I hit him up and I said, "Hey," I said, I get what you're saying, but it's what the person saying in the video overall premise, right?" He said, "Yeah." I said, "Then you really don't disagree with the video." And ever since then, we've been rocking together. He been supporting me. I support him.
That's so cool,
and,
man.
And it's really cool because I saw him and him and that person who made the video, they work together now. Because he's like, "Yeah, you're right. I didn't think about it from that perspective." And I try to tell people, I know that it seems like what I say is crazy, or I know that what it seems like that I'm saying, y'all feel like, "Oh, he's trying to be right," but it's like I'm saying it based on the information that I have. And that's what I'm going by. And I always look at the overall perspective to get it. Even when I debated Real, it was not easy. I understood what he was saying, but I also had to find a way to win my side of the debate. That's the purpose of it, to win.
That was a fun one. That was a fun debate.
And it was fun. And so he's a good guy, man. I'm telling you, y'all definitely want to check his channel out. He does talk all different type of sports. He's become a whole new Lion fan. He talks about the Lion. He promotes the Lions. He promotes the DSA. He promotes One Pride Nation and everything. He does this, and that's the best part about it. Being able to be different from somebody and still get along, man. That's what it boils down to.
He's on Jackson Kruger Sports channel as well, right?
Yep, he's on Jackson Kruger Sports channel. Now the general review says, because what you do say do be crazy sometimes. I know it's
you be talking crazy, bro. Hey, I was gonna say that. I was gonna be like, Luke, man, it ain't that you sound crazy. You say crazy things, and I'll be like, what did you just say? Like, what are you talking about? Like,
no, listen. Y'all listen. I love it. I love football so much that even if I'm wrong, I don't mind talking about it. And if I'm right, I don't mind talking about it. Like James DeKay, we got a little small bet. And like he said, I better get that Patricia's great video ready. Because I betted him if Patricia can do what he's telling me, I'll do a whole video with me eating crow, talking stupid, saying how dumb I was and how great Patricia is. And I stand by that. So, but if he don't, we're going to get Mr. James DeKay on so we can have a conversation. So we can talk about it.
Yeah.
So we can talk about it.
Okay, he has the enunciation in his name, so you don't mess up his name.
Where's it at? DeKay.
I see that.
It's Decay, man. Decay.
Oh, Decay. I didn't even see that. My bad.
Hey, man,
I didn't see
I
it.
read that as like 3 different pronunciations, though.
I didn't even listen. I never even paid attention to that, bro. I promise you.
I'm
Listen,
just messing with you, bro.
I promise you. And look, like I'm getting like 4 or 5 emails in. I'm just answering them. And one of my emails, I actually said something about the Lions, and they just sent back like, "What are you talking about?" I'm like, "Nothing." My boss. Listen, luckily, my boss is a Lions fan, and he's like, "What the hell are you talking about the Lions?" He's like, "Did you read my message?" I said, "I did, but I saw an article on the Lions. It's all good. It's nothing. It's nothing."
Okay, I got to get to 2 more people on this one question. Then we're going to go to questions from the people on the chat right now. So get your questions ready. Tim, who do you think is going to be a surprise player this year?
Okay, I am going to say Hawkinson. I think that he's going to really be the guy as far as for getting us out of some problems. Getting those scores, getting those key blocks. So that's Hawkinson.
Okay. Real.
Yes, sir. I think you're cutting out. I can hear you now.
Yep, I hear you.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Real, what do you think about
it? Sorry, yeah, we're jumbled up talking over each other, but yeah, I think it's going to be. I hate saying this because I said it last year, but I really think it's going to happen. I think the surprise player is going to be Jared Davis, and I know every year Lions fans hype him up and blow the smoke, and they're like, "Listen, drink the Kool-Aid, and it's going to be a breakout year for Jared Davis." But I think that it can really happen this year because I think we're going to finally move him to the outside. I think we're going to move him to the outside, and I hope that Christian Jones is no longer a starter. So I hope that we have, Jelani Tavai and Collins on the inside, and then Julian Okwara playing the jack, and then maybe on the other side, or the other outside guy can be Jared Davis, or maybe he could just rotate him. But I think that this year, I think he could have done it last year, but we saw what happened in the end of 2018 when we got Snacks Harrison. He was playing at that level that we know that he can be because he's so damn athletic. And we saw this year in 2019, we obviously know what happened. Mike Daniels hardly played. Snacks Harrison was not the same. This year we got Danny Shelton, and just from health and, being and youthfulness alone, hopefully he will perform better than Snacks Harrison. And with that in front of him, I think that Jared Davis will perform better, and if we move him to the right spot, because I don't think he's right in that inside spot. So I'm going to go with Jared Davis.
Okay.
Davis. All right. What are you going with, Luke?
Offense, I'm going with Big V. Originally, I started out hot. Yeah, I started out hot on Big V. I still think he's better off as a guard, but hey, I think he's going to be the surprise on offense. I think that the one thing about him that I looked at, and I had to kind of go back, which was I looked at his very start to his last start, and I promise you, it was literally a constant progression of getting better. And that, to me, is very promising. On defense, I'm going to give you a name that's going to blow y'all off, and I know y'all going to be thinking to yourself, like, what? Amani Oruwariye. I'm going to tell you what.
No. After you grilled me about him, no, you don't get to do that. No.
I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna say Mario Ward is gonna be the surprise of the season. I knew that Devin Trufant had some injury issues. I know that the starting three is going to be Trufant, Okuda, and Coleman. But I didn't realize how often he was getting hurt in game with Desmond Trufant, which means that they're going to have to move people up to step in and play. And I think that's where we're going to see Amani Warrior step up big time. So that would be my surprise player. J-Mo was telling me that he think that guy can sneak into the starting lineup. I still think the starting lineup is going to be Trufant, Okuda, and Coleman. But I think Trufant injuries put him on the sideline, and I think once a Warrior gets in the game, he keeps that spot. So, J-Mo, my apologies. You may be right.
You're right. He might not start, but the way I felt it is, we know Trufant has a proven career, but I just can't see a Warrior getting worse, and he's only going to get better. And if he's that good, how can he be on the bench when Trufant is the guy? Like, it's something has to give, but injuries definitely could allow him to get that place.
All
right. For me, I'm going to say this. I'm going to make J-Mo happy today. Mine is Kerryon Johnson.
Wow,
dude. What?
Okay.
Wow.
What?
Okay. Y'all just doing the players that I love, huh? Today, you and Luke.
Listen, we just here for the love of you, J-Mo. That's all.
Yeah. We're here to make you feel better, J-Mo. That's what we're here to do today. No, seriously, because I think that if he feels like he's going to get displaced, and they just got DeAndre Swift, if this don't light a fire under him, I don't know what will. And so I think that he's going to be a breakout player this year, and he won't get hurt. That's the big surprise.
Okay. Okay.
All right.
Listen.
So we're going to go. It's time to ask DSA your questions. Go ahead.
That's right.
You were saying so. I didn't want to cut you off.
No, you're good. I would say let's go. Get them questions ready. And if you are here and you have not hit that like button, hit it now.
There we go.
Get those likes up. We got 49 likes. We're trying to get well over 50. We got 11 thumbs down. Support and salute to you. Again, keep it coming, people. We, as the Detroit Sports Alliance, is trying to build a community that's bigger than anything. It's already huge, as Real said, but we can do better. We got to become the Roar, and until we become the Roar, I don't want to do it. Huh?
There's so many good things coming up in the DSA, and you don't even know. We got so many plans coming up, and
yes,
and I just want to let you know, keep rocking, man. Keep rocking with us. I'm telling you, things are gonna start popping. Letting you know now. So, all right, let me see. I don't see any questions. Come on, guys. Give me some questions.
I see a question from
tell me where.
Yeah, Joseph Murdoch has a question.
Okay. Oh, I see it. All right.
Yeah. Okay.
Nope, I don't see it.
It says will Patricia blitz more with having Julian Okwara on the team now?
Ooh! I got both hands up. Ooh!
Go, Luke.
Pick me. Absolutely. In fact, if you pay attention to Matt Patricia is all about the numbers. He's a numbers guy. He plays it based on the numbers. He looked at his blitzing total from last year. I guarantee you they're going to ramp it up this year. It's going to be blitzes galore. I'm almost sure we're going to be in the middle of the pack when it comes to blitzing this year, because he's going to go back and look at his most successful games, and what he did, he sent more than 5. And so I think what you're going to see is an onslaught of blitzing this season, because he understands that this rushing 3 is not going to work.
I hope so. Who will be the disappointment this season? I'm going to go to Rio with this question.
I don't even want to answer this one, bro. Like, I really don't want to.
I got one that y'all not gonna like.
I got one too. I got one too, but I don't even want it to be right. And that's TJ Hawkinson. Because listen, like I personally think that there's a lot of weapons on here. On our team, on our offense, especially with the addition of DeAndre Swift. man, and Cephas. I mean, we have Amendola. We have tons of weapons, and to me, it's hard to justify a top 10 pick. You know, we made a whole dang debate about it. You know what I mean? It's hard for me to justify a top 10 pick on a tight end unless he's going to be a huge impact, like a Kittle or something like that, or a Kelsey or something like that. So hopefully, you know, with whatever he could take whatever he gets and just optimizes it and goes beast mode. I just think that he's going to be a disappointment because we're not going to utilize him because of all the weapons we have.
Now, there's a question before that came from Bravo, who says, why do Lions fans have high expectations for this team? I mean, we got to make the playoff first because they should. Right. That's why they should.
Holding them to a higher standard.
Right. The standard.
And Bravo is kind of a new fan. He's only been watching us for like 2 years, so he doesn't really know a lot about the team. But when you
he know basketball. Bravo knows that basketball.
No, he knows that. But like when you have a good quarterback and you have a good roster, you expect to be good. I ain't saying it's the best roster, but it's good. A lot of other coaches could work with this roster. So we should be good. I mean, whether we be that or not is one thing. But on the other question, I was gonna say, I hate to say this, but I think Matt Prater has been declining. And this might be the year where he really declined. I hate it because he's a goat in the clutch. Like if it's the clutch moment, no, he's gonna hit it. But other than that, I think it might be Matt Prater that disappoints.
Okay.
Well, I can tell you like this: the standards is no longer the same. I'm challenging every Lion fan to change the standard. Mm-hmm. Don't accept anything less.
Yes.
Don't accept anything less. Demand more, and when you get more, tell them that's not enough.
Yep.
So,
because we're sick of sitting back and watching our team lose, man.
Yep.
I'm done with it. You know. Okay, so it says, do you guys think Julian and Romeo Okwara will be the best brother duo in the league? Are they the only brother duo in the league? Because
you got Shaquem and Shaquille over in Seattle.
Yep. Right.
And you got the McCourty brothers.
Oh yeah, but okay. Yeah.
So but to me, I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna say no. The reason I'm gonna say no is because I think Romeo. They're gonna find a way to get Romeo up out of here. I'm telling you, do not be surprised if they mess around and as soon as the season over with, be like, Romeo, look, we let you play with your brother. Time for you to go. I would not be surprised if that happens. So I'm gonna say no because I don't think they'll get enough time to play with each other.
Okay. That's good. Let's go down. Do you see any more questions?
Yeah, there was a couple questions from Motown Football.
Okay, if you can pick one and find it. I'm having trouble finding them. That's the problem.
It says, who do you think the rookie of the year for the Lions is going to be? What do you think, Tim?
Okay, I'm going to say Swift.
Well, listen, I like this comment from Rachel because this is a beautiful comment. The Queen is speaking, and when the Queen speaks, we stop and we listen. She says, I hope no one gets on me for this, but guys, if you're going to thumbs down the video, just don't watch it. Like laughing out loud. And thank you to all the awesome people who hang with the DSA every week. You're the MVPs. Shout out to the Queen, man. Salute.
Thank you.
Salute to the Queen. So, I mean, listen, it's that simple. If I don't like it, I can't stand black licorice. I would never buy it. I would never buy it. You won't see like my son the other day was like, Dad, I want some black licorice, and I was looking at him like, you cannot be my child. There's no way. There's no way. That is the most disgusting candy ever. There's no way. So I totally get it. She's right. Do you think Jesse James gets a catch this year? Yes.
No, I'm just kidding.
I mean, the truth is this. I think the Lions is going to use the tight ends more this year, and I'm sure that Jesse James has voiced his frustrations about it. I expect for him to get more into the system. We will see. We will see. Why does it feel like everyone is forgetting about J-Ron Curse?
Just because of Duron Harmon. That's why.
Yeah, that's what it is. I was just going to say, I don't think they forgot about him. I think it's because of who's going to be the starters, Duron Harmon and Tracy Walker. So,
but that was a good pickup. I like that pickup a lot.
He's a special teamer.
Yeah, he's a special teams ace from what I heard. To the D tackle we got from the Utah, I think that's Penasini. make the team?
I say no.
You say no.
I say no.
I say practice squad.
I think I think he makes the practice squad, which is basically free agency. So I say no, he does not make the team. Do anybody think he make the team?
No.
I think we should have got with the other guy from Utah, Bradley Ane, but that's a whole nother topic.
Yeah, we won't go there.
I gotta find a way to bring it up every single show, just
That's
to piss people off.
So Mike Daniel said in his interview that he is open to playing for the Lions again. Would you sign him again?
If he come back, if he coming back for less than $9 million,
if he's coming back for a reasonable price, yeah.
Like a veteran minimum.
Right.
He can come back all he wants for a veteran minimum. But if you talk about $6 million, I can't give another $6 million out without losing hair. And I'm trying to keep the little bit I got. So nope. He got to take a pay cut if he want to stay here. The Durham says, I disagree with Real. Stafford looked most poised when Hawk and Galladay were on the field. Huh? Oh,
that was what I was saying. Yeah.
Yeah, he's talking about the disappointing one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what it was. Okay.
JMO was asking about something, and JMO, can you just tell the question? I can't find it.
Oh no. I have a different question. It says, what do you guys expect from Hawkinson this year?
A lot.
Man, I expect 809. Yeah, that's what I expect. I expect him to be the second leading receiver on the team. Might not happen, but it's just what I expect.
Did you say 809? Why so specific? Like, what?
I know, right? I was thinking the same thing. Like, why so specific?
What you want me to say? 1,011? Like,
just say 800.
Right? It was like 809.
4.67 yards. Like,
but I think JMO, I think he's trying to figure out what did you need the 9 for?
The 9 touchdowns, bro. I'm trying to think how many touchdowns he's gonna have. 800 yards, 9 touchdowns, not 809.
Okay. Oh,
no. 800 yards, 9 touchdowns.
809 touchdowns. You heard it here from JMO.
Right. Mr. Marcus 42. Shout out to you, sir. He says, who you think the starting O-line will be? I think if you go from left to right, it's going to be left tackle, Taylor Decker, left guard, it's going to be Jackson, center, Frank Ragnow, right guard. I know y'all ain't going to like this, but
Don't say his name. Don't say it. If you want to say it, don't.
I wasn't finna say him. I actually think he doesn't make the team. I was going to actually say.
I was about to say.
Yeah, I was actually going to say it's going to be Joe Dow or Crosby. And I think right tackle is going to be Big V.
You don't say his name.
It's going to be Big V. He crazy. Who will be the surprise cut after the preseason? Snap. That's a good one.
That's a good question.
Hey, the one
Jason Huntley. I'm giving y'all a hot take. Oh,
Huntley. Really?
I
think it's Agnew.
I do too.
That wouldn't be a surprise, now would it?
I don't know, because he stayed on the team when everybody thought he was going to go. So I don't know. Maybe it's not
but now everybody is thinking he's going to get cut.
Yeah, you know what? You might be right about that. That may not be a surprise.
I think one of the surprise cuts that you may see that you did not see coming, and I could.
Christian Jones.
I could. I'm dead safe when I say this. I honestly think Reggie Ragland or I can see them cutting Romeo Okwara right off the gate. I do not believe he's going to be able to play with his brother long. I just don't. And listen, luckily for us, we listen. I can tell you if we still had Tavon Wilson, he would have definitely been cut. That man still ain't been signed yet. So we good. As long as we get the right people on the team that's going to perform, I can care less. So to me, I think that surprise-wise, Okwara, or I wouldn't be surprised if I seen like some of those names that like the Ty Johnsons come up. Even Carrion might be on that block, possibly if they can trade him. They're going to go for it this year.
They have to. Okay, we got to get these rapid fire now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask the question. I'm going to go to one person. We're going to go to the next question, and then we're going to take about 3 more. Then we're going to do final thoughts. So, do you expect more rule changes to the game? And I'm going to go to Real on this one.
Well, they're taking away the rule where you could challenge the pass interference. So that's a change right off the bat, which I think is disgusting. And I think it's a disgrace to this league. And I think that they should be embarrassed.
Wow. You don't care about that at all.
Like when he said disgusting, I seen his face. He had a disgusted face while he was saying it. Like,
right. Yeah. All right, JMO, this one's for you. Will Marvin Jones get traded this year?
If he stays healthy, no. But if he gets injured, I think that could happen.
All right, last one. Jesse James surprise cut. No, that wasn't the one. Hold on. This thing keeps moving on me. That's what's happening. Okay, how many yards will Swift get for the season? I'm going to Luke.
I think because he's going to have a split carry, I'll give him 750.
Thank you. 750. I got it. All right. So everybody, thank you for being with us and rocking with us today. We are going to move to final thoughts, and I'm going to start with Tim, the star of the show tonight, buddy.
Okay.
Yes.
DSA is great to be a part of it. Like and subscribe to everybody on the panel and every member of the DSA. And stop the BS. Bring on the wins. Patricia,
Let's go.
You're on warning. And also NFL. Bring it on. Get your refs in line because we're watching you.
Ooh. Heat. Tim bringing the heat tonight, man. Come on.
I know. Tim, I'm agreeing with Noma's 9. It's whiskey going on over there. That's moonshine or something.
Yeah, he's been hitting just a bit. No, he's actually not, man. I'm right here. So, final thoughts. We're going to go to Real.
Yeah, thank you everybody for rocking with us. I love everybody in the chat. We really appreciate the continued support. You guys are the best. This is exactly what we want. This is what the DSA is about. It's a community. We all support each other. We're one pride, one family, and one team, man. I just love everybody here. And so definitely click that description. All the links are there for everybody in the DSA. Subscribe to everybody in the DSA. Definitely click on the link to our website. That website's awesome. I literally go on it all the time just to look at it because it looks so freaking awesome. But yeah, thanks for everything. Hit that like button on the way out. And if you're a real Detroit Lions fan, definitely subscribe to our channel and rock with us.
Yes.
So I'm going to go to you, JMO. Final thoughts.
Man, what's good, everybody? Shout out to everybody in the chat that came through. Shout out to y'all for sitting here and listening to the hottest and the best Detroit Lions podcast out. Shout out to all of the people in the chat. And I just want to say, man, make sure y'all subscribe to my boy Nomas J. He been putting out a lot of fire videos that y'all don't want to miss. And I got to say, thank the Lord, Matthew Stafford is healthy. He did an interview. He's good, so we gotta hope for that. And if y'all want to hear about DeAndre Swift, I got a video on DeAndre Swift. And I'm gonna say this at the end of every show until it happens: sign Kenny Galladay before I lose my mind.
How much mind you got left?
So anyway, I'm gonna give mine, and you know what? I'm going to appreciate you guys, whether you thumbs up, thumbs down. It doesn't bother me one way or the other. I appreciate everybody. Everybody's entitled to their opinion, and I welcome all you all. But the people that did the thumbs down, if you want to show up in the chat and let me know why, we'll include you in on the show and we could talk about it. How about that?
Amen.
So, also, I want to thank everybody on the panel. This is about 3 days in a row we've been rocking this, and it's not easy to do a 2-hour show every day, for 3 days in a row. So thank you guys for being here. The other thing is I thank everybody in the chat, everybody that supports us. There's a lot coming, so stick with your boys here. But my warning for the week is this. Kool-Aid, especially that blue brand, can be dangerous. Please drink responsibly.
Oh, God.
Go to Luke.
Listen, they've said it enough. I'm going to echo what they said. MVPs are being handed out. Ain't no participation trophies being handed out. You guys rock. We, like as he said, if you take those 11 thumbs down, add it to the 60 thumbs up, that's 71 total people active. That's awesome. Appreciate you every step of the way. You know one thing about me, I like to end shows on a good note. And you wouldn't know it, but I had a moment to have a beautiful clarity moment about something as it pertains to this community and this thing called family. People, today's positive quote comes from a source I didn't expect to get it from, but I saw it the other day and it made sense. It comes from one of my favorite TV shows, Rick and Morty. That is correct. But the character who said it that caught my attention is Mr. Meeseeks. That's right, Mr. Meeseeks. And here's what he said. He says, having a family does not mean that you stop being an individual. You know the best thing you can do for people that depend on you? Be honest with them. Even if that means setting them free. Always do what is best for you. And what I took that to mean is just because we are all one pride family does not mean we're going to always agree on everything. But guess what it does show? It shows that we have enough love to respect it, enough love to have the conversation, enough love to be able to be in the midst of all of it and accept it or agree to disagree. See, that's a good thing that we miss when we in a family. You shouldn't move the same way as the family move all the time. It's sort of like putting all your eggs in one basket. You be mad when they break. But if y'all all move a different direction, y'all all bring something different to the family. Now the family has different avenues and different directions that it can pull upon in its worst and most downtime. I say that to say this, people. Keep in mind that when we talk this thing called sports, it's all in love. And if you agree to agree in love or agree to disagree in love, guess what? It's still love. And with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, please make sure that you subscribe to all the members of the DSA. Make sure you hit that like button if you have not. Make sure you hit that notification bell so you know when videos is being dropped. And as always, don't be no chump. Please do your research.